Hey everyone, hope you all are well. The first thing I'm doing today, as always, is priming the eye area. My primer of choice is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I just think it's one of the best on the market. So I'm just applying some of this to the eye area to ensure that the shadows that I apply will blend and apply nice and easily. And it'll also make sure that they last all day long as well without creasing. So I had a few requests for tutorial featuring the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, so here we are. The first shadow I'm beginning with is this gorgeous vibrant orange shade. I'm taking a little of this on a fluffy blending brush. I've just tapped off the excess before I begin so that I'll limit the chance of fallout down onto my cheeks. And then I'm placing the brush into the crease of the eye, just that area halfway between your lash line and your brow bone, and now I'm blending back and forward. And as I have less and less product on my brush, the higher then I'm moving the brush up towards the brow bone, and this will then fade the shadow out so that we have a nice gradient effect. So the eyeshadow is most pigmented in the crease and then it's diffused the higher up towards the brow bone that you go. So I always feel that on first application you'll either get a really nice blend or popping pigmentation, but not both. So I always like to add another layer, and then that way you get the best of both worlds. So adding another layer will just make sure that orange packs a punch. Then I'm switching to a small bullet shaped brush, and I'm using this to sweep some more of that orange shadow, this time along the lower lash line, and I'm making my way from outer to inner corner. The next shadow I'm taking then is called Riff, and it's a lovely warm toned brown, and I'm adding this into the crease as well. This will just add a nice subtle depth to the orange, and what I like about this look as well is that it's perfect for summertime, but also the combination of shadows work really well as we transition into the autumn. So I'm just working this shadow back and forward in the crease, making sure to wing the shadow out on that outer edge of the eye, just so that it elongates it nicely. And as usual, I'm adding a couple of layers to build up the intensity. So once I'm happy with the intensity and the blend of that shadow, I'm then going to pick back up my little bullet shaped brush, this time with some of the Riff shadow on it, and I'm sweeping this shadow then down along the lower lash line, just right over the top of that orange. Next then, I'm taking that coppery shimmer shade called Double Life. I've picked some of this up on a flat C-shaped brush, and then I've sprayed it with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, the glow version, and then I'm patting this shadow all over the eyelid. And patting and pressing the shadow down on the lid will limit fallout, and as well the fact that the shadow is wet will help it to stick to the lid, so the likelihood of fallout happening anyway is quite slim. So I'm just adding it down there, leaving a very small gap on that outer edge. Then I'm taking the Eyeshadow Punk, which is a warm, deep matte brown, and I'm using this to define the outer portion of the eye. So I've picked up the shadow on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm starting by tapping this down on the outer corner, and then I'm sweeping it into the crease. Again, I'm just keeping it strictly to that outer edge initially, and then once I've less product on my brush, I'm fading the colour across the crease and up further towards the brow bone. I just want it to be the most pigmented on that outer edge. Then I'm using that little bullet shaped brush once again to apply the brown down along the lower lash line, but this time I'm only blending it halfway across the eye. Then I'm taking the eyeshadow Jet, which is a black shadow, and I'm using this on a small angled brush. This one is nicely curved, so it literally hugs the lash line, and I'm tapping this down just at the lash line, making my way from outer to inner corner, and lining here will add depth and thickness to the lashes that I'll be applying soon. It'll hide the lash band as well. Then I'm taking this liner from NARS. It's a lovely rich warm brown, and I'm lining back and forward inside the eye, closing my eye around the pencil to line both the upper and lower waterline at the same time. I've then added some of the Ardell Wispy Lashes, and now I'm picking up some of the shade Stranded on a small bullet shaped brush or pencil brush, and I'm dusting this around the tear duct of the eye to add a subtle amount of shimmer and sparkle to that area. Then to blend my own lashes in with the false ones, I'm going in with the Urban Decay Lash Freak Mascara, and I'm just quite liberally applying some of this to both my lower lashes and my upper lashes, but then that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and easy to follow. If you did, please do let me know, and I'll catch you all really soon.